Hello guys, hello and welcome to another Partworks build where this time, or in this video, we've got another four issues. We've got 55 right the way through to 58 of the Fast and Furious Dodge Charger, where we're going to be adding more detailing and more bits into the interior parts and things like that. So yeah, it's going to be quite cool. Some of the parts are pretty big, some of the issues are a little bit small as well. So and I'll also say with this issue we also got, I know it might not fit in the back in the thingy there, but we've got a free backpack. I think this was the 14th or 15th issue or package that we had received. So yeah, always good to see that we get free gifts with our subscriptions anyways. So anyways, moving on, let's crack on and build on what we've got. So in issue 55 it says here Fast and Furious shorts. So obviously it says as well as feature films, the Fast and Furious shorts franchise, there are two shorts that serve to connect some of the main stories. These films also allow us to take an in-depth look at personality of the characters. So obviously it then goes on with some other people there, the actresses and things like that. We then got the Dodge Nitro, manufactured from 2007 to 2012. And then in this issue, we are assembling the dashboard. So we've then got all the ignition switches. We've got some more. We've got ignition switch. We've got some switches, dashboard, instrument panel, the cluster, and the panel for the lights as well. So then it goes into depth on what we need to do. Also, take out a couple of wires that we've already got to one side. And then it says racing seats, the driver's throne. So obviously changing your seats from normal to racing seats, and then all sorts of stuff like that. So you can how you can attach them. So without further ado, let's crack on and see what we've got. So the first package here is this one, and we shall get this opened up. Okay, so we have a small bag for the little switches, as you can see, 3 little silver switches. We've got a bag of AP screws, and then we've got the instrument panel pieces and the top of the dashboard as well. So we'll get those out. Okay, so first things first, it says here, join the instrument cluster panel, or cluster 55C, which is this one, which is very nicely detailed with all the details of what you would need on it. And the instrument panel exactly shown in the illustration. So it would be making sure you've got all the writing the right way up. I might get some black wash onto that and then sort of go over that a little bit. But all we need to do is just slide that onto there, like so. So we've then got that. And then it says, from the back of the instrument panel 55B, insert the 2 switches facing the same way as shown as the illustration, 55E, but then there's also 55F as well. So is there a difference between the two? Which I think there is. So there is slight difference between them. So what we have here is 55F is this one, because it's a bit of a longer one on there. It's got a little notch on the end. And then there you've got the shorter one as 55E there. So what we then need to do is we then flip that way. And 55E then will go inside like so. There we go. So we've got one like so. And then we got another one. So then poke that in. There we go. And then 55F, which is the longer one. We would then push that through. The other end, like so. Making sure that that is nice snug fit. And then once that's in, we then have the switches like so. Okay. So I don't know whether that's supposed to go all the way in or not, but I shall push that in. And same as those ones. There we go. Okay, so then what we do is it then says, making sure it's still the same way as before, insert the switch for the sound wiring 46B, which is the green one, into the rectangular housing closest to the end of the instrument panel, which is this one here. So then we've got that. That will then go into there. And then 46C, which is the white one for the lights, that would then go inside there. So I'm not too sure if that's supposed to go I'm not sure on how that would actually go, because yeah, they're a bit of a snug fit, they are. So I don't think they're supposed to actually click in at all. There you go. So I'll just leave them positioned in there. So then grab that one again, leaving that in there. And then the same one with the white wire. That would then be like so. And then it says carefully bend the wires as shown. So they need to then go that way. They will then go that way. Oh, without them falling out, of course. Which they seem to be. Bit of a fiddly job. Okay, and then it says join the instrument panel lights 55D and the instrument panel 55B using interlocking elements. So making sure that it is the right way, of course. It would then be that way around. Okay. But then that's then stuck on there. So give me a second and I shall be back. Right, and we're back. Sorry about that. We do had a little bit of a problem. For some reason it's not lined up properly there, which I think is just to do with the alignment on that. But we've got the switches in now. They weren't actually cast properly. Some of the flashing was still there. I've left the smaller switch out though, which should be in there. Shall put that in there like so. There we go. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, now we've got all the switches in. For some reason, that isn't lining up as good as it should do. Now that switch works, but for some reason this one doesn't. It does work at a certain angle, but yeah, we'll have to see what we can do with that one. But anyways, that is that. We've now got that bit. So we now move on, and we need this piece here, which is part of the dashboard. We then need to align the holes up with this. So we then got the 2 holes either end there with the 2 on here, and then they are just fixed in place like so, and then attached or put together with 2 more AP screws. So we've got the one that goes in place there, making sure not to over tighten, and then we've then got the second screw, which would then go into place just like so, and there we go. So we then flip that over, which would then be that way, and then see, it's still not making the click, but if I hold the back there, it's then doing it there. But I'm gonna have to work something out with that and see what I can do. So anyways, that is that stage complete, or issue 55 completed. So we'll then move over to one side, and issue 56 is then saying Clash of the Titans, and obviously with the 5th movie with the Dodge Challenger, or the Dodge Charger, sorry. And then we've got the 2006 Dodge Charger. So obviously going from the early 60s and moving onwards. Then we're doing part 2 of assembly the dashboard. We're then also adding extra little pieces, even little bit more speedos on there. Attractive interior designs with the cars. So obviously last issue was with the racing seats, and now a bit more comfort, and then how to clean the upholstery. Okay, so we then move on to issue 56, and we've got some bigger pieces in here. I'll get all those out. There we go. So we have the 2 parts for the dashboard. We've also got a smaller speedo with some more nice detailing on there. Then we've got a piece that will obviously hold wiring down or something like that. We've got a bag with 2 AP screws, and then a bag with a load of KP screws in as well. So it says here, get the section of the dashboard you assembled during the last session, which is obviously this piece here, and align the holes in the 4 tabs of the upper panel, which is this one, with the corresponding screw posts on the dashboard. Okay, so there we go. So that's where it holds into place there. Right, so that's good. So then that would be like so. And then we attach that with 4 KP screws. So we grab the 4 screws out, if I can. Okay. And then we attach, or put all of those in place in the 4 holes. So we'll start with this one here. and then I will go back and just tighten them up once we've got a couple in nice and secure. Okay, so we've again got that one. Go back to this one quickly and just tighten that one back up. Okay, and then the last one for that one. And there we go. So we then got the top of the dashboard looking like so, and then we then got the lights there. Now I don't think that one is actually used, so yeah, that one could just been glued in there. Then it also says insert the pin of the tachometer face into the corresponding hole in the housing. So we've got these two pieces here. So making sure that it is the right way around, and then that would go into the hole, pushed in like so, making sure that it is positioned right, of course. There we go. And then that's what we have there with the tachometer there. It then says insert the post of the tachometer housing into the hole in the middle of the dashboard, which is this hole here, and secure it from the back with an AP screw. So we've already got one that is left here. So we then load the screwdriver up. And then through the back there, like so. There we go. And there we go, we've got the tachometer there. So just move that back slightly. There we go. So we've got that. And then it says align the holes in the tabs on the lower panel, which is this piece here, with the corresponding screw posts on the bottom edge of the dashboard. Okay, so what do we then do? Does it actually say that? Yeah, that's fine. So we then got the wires that need to stay out of the way for the moment, and then we've got the 4 screw posts over here, and then they are simply attached with 4 KP screws, just like so. So we've got the bag for the screws. Okay. Don't know how we're going to do this one, but we will figure that out, I suppose. There we go. So that's the first one in. Then we grab the second one. There we are. So that's the second one there. And then we get the third and fourth one in then. So now we've got those 2 in, we can then just go over and tighten everything up as they should be. Oh, without them being chucked about, of course. Okay, so that is that. That then completes that stage. And then obviously let's just attach that like so. So it says, now you have now attached the upper and lower dashboard panels and fixed the tachometer to the dashboard. Keep the wire clamp in a safe place for use later, or to use later. Okay, so that is issue 56 complete. We've then got that one completed then. And then we go to issue 57, where we're then saying about driving in Rio. So obviously we've been to different places in the franchise, and has been to Rio in Brazil. And then we are on about the 69 Dodge Charger Daytona, and that is a great looking car as well. So yeah, going on about a little information, obviously the Daytona with a rear wing on the back. Then we were assembling the steering column in this. So we've got the steering column cover, the column washer, the column switch, and then some screws. And then we're all attaching everything together with the wiring, and then putting another piece of wiring in there. And then we've got music loud and clear, so different sound systems that you can have in your car, like so. Okay, so we will then grab the next bag, or the next packet. Okay, so then we've got some CP screws and then some AP screws that are there, and then we've got some DP screws as well. So I'll then bring those down out of the way. And then first of all, it says join the left and the right steering column, which are these two pieces. These are made out of plastic. So we put these two together, and then we need to screw those two together by these two holes here with the two DP screws. Okay. So then making sure that it's on the right way, of course. There we go. So that's the first one in. So making sure that when you put these together, these two pins are facing to the left of you. And then there we go. So we then got those two together, and then what we need to do is get two more DP screws again, and then fix the screws at the front. So as you can see, we then got two holes either side, or one hole either side, and then we just put the screws in like so. And then there we go. There we are. Right, so next stage, it says locate the semi-circular hole in the end of the left of the column, which is then this piece, this section here. There's a little hole there, and then we need to face that one way. It's only a half circle, and then that would just then pop into the hole like so. So there we go. We've then got the switch there, and then that bit is that. So that's the steering column switch. And then it says attach the completed steering column to the bottom of the dashboard to the hollow pegs on the left steering column cover. So then what we do is these two holes here, they would then go into the two holes that are here in the steering column and then just flip that over, and then we attach that with the 2 AP screws. So we've got AP screws here that we haven't used yet, so we shall obviously use those. And then screw them in at the top right here. So that's one. And then the next one. There we go. So there we go, we've got the 2 screws there, which we then got that there completed. So we then move that. So then obviously says about doing that as well. And then says to install the dashboard lights, disconnect the dashboard light panel from the wiring, which we've already got. And then we need to carefully insert that in the back of here. So that would just be popped into place like so. There we go. I think that is pretty much it. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think that is it, because there's no way of screwing that down. Okay, so that now completes that. And it says the picture shows the dashboard at the end of the assembly. Put any pieces you have not used in a safe place. So we are left with a bag of CP screws, and obviously the AP screws that we got with this one. We then also got the column collar, the steering column collar, and then we've got the cable piece as well. So that then concludes issue 57. And then last but no means least, issue 58, we're then talking about Tej Parker, obviously Ludacris as well, going on about how we first met him in the second movie, and then the 2007 Dodge Avenger. We're then mounting the dashboard and the roll cage, the first part of the roll cage together, and then going through what we need to do with certain things. And then it says car audio from theory to practice, so obviously how to install your audio or your sound systems, and then soundproofing the door panels as well. Okay, so what we need to do is we shall grab hold of the pack and then get these pieces out. So we then grab these 2 out here, and then we won't be touching those just yet, but we have the 2 parts of the roll cage. We also have a bag of PM screws. So first things first is we need to bring this over as well. And it says align the holes in the dashboard you assembled in the last assembly with vertical pins of the front of the floor plan. So we then attach all of that with the 4 pins that will go just here, and then we've got the 4 holes either side, so making sure that it's all in line and all in place. Okay, and then what we need to do is we then attach that lot with the CP screws. So this is where we had the bag from last issue. So I get the CP screws out, and then we attach that with the sides, or at the sides here. So I'll just do the first one here. Okay. And then So we then try and attach that. We've already got the one screw in at the moment. And then obviously align with the other holes as well. There we go. So then we've just got the two in position at the moment. There we go. So we then attach the next lot. And then the last one, which will then be right there. Okay. So then what we need to do then is, it says insert the another four screws into the holes in the indicated illustration. So then we've got the 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we then just grab the 4 more CP screws and then put them into the front. Okay. That is that. Making sure that it's tight and secure. There we are. And then the final one would be this, the end one here. And there we go. So that's that. All of that then connected up like so. So then put that to one side a moment. And then the final stage is when we then grab hold of the last 2 pieces, making sure that they're all the right way. We then grab 1 PM screw, and that then will then mean that with the corresponding hole, we've then got the, making sure it is the right way, so we've then got the angled section here that will go into the first hole here. So it'll just be like so. Okay. Try and figure out a way of doing this if I can. There we go. So that's that in there now. Okay, so then that would then need tightening up with a bigger screw, I think, because that's not going on, but I will do that once done. So that is tight as possible with the smaller screwdriver. But that is pretty much it now, and we've now completed both lots of what we needed to do. So we've got the beginnings of the first part of the roll cage, which would then be secured into place like so. And there we go. So we just sort of hand fitted that at the moment. But yeah, that is pretty much how everything goes, and that is it for this package. So I hope everyone has enjoyed watching this as well. If you have, drop a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed as well, then click the button below and you'll be subscribed, and also press the bell at the side. You'll be notified when I put up another video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. So until then, bye bye.